All right, we've got an amazing sunset taking place over my shoulder. It's one of the things we're known for here in the Valley is our incredible sunsets. I've got another beautiful one going on tonight. But if you're thinking of moving to Phoenix and you're trying to decide, all right, where exactly do you want to plant your flag and move your family to? I mean, Phoenix is very large, very spread out. What I'm going to do for you today is I'm actually going to go on my computer and I'm going to hone in on the Southeast Valley. City of Queen Creek. Small little up and coming community. It's doing extremely well over the last few years. It brings that sense of rural charm and urban living because it's got all the amenities of all the major stores that you might be interested in or want to take advantage of, but yet you've got country living right there with it as well. So it's got a nice blend of that. So I've recently did a vlog tour on it, but today I'm actually going to take you on a map tour, kind of show you around the area a little bit, just so you got a better feel for exactly where is it in relationship to Phoenix and other parts of the valley, and what are some of the things to do inside of Queen Creek. So with that being said, just kick back and relax because we're getting after it right now. Hi, my name is Rick Hancock of the Phoenix, Arizona Living Team, and if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about Phoenix, Arizona real estate, be sure and subscribe below. And don't forget to tap that bell for notification. That way you'll be the first to know about our current real estate market here in the Valley. You know, we get calls and emails from people just like you every single day looking for help with their real estate needs and relocating here to the Valley. So whether you're looking to move in 60 days, 6 months, or even a year from now, go ahead and reach out to us. You can give us a call, you can shoot us a text, you can email us. We're here for you when it comes to helping you with your real estate needs. We'd love to help you make that smooth move to Phoenix. Okay, so as you see, I have the map of Phoenix and the Metro Phoenix area pulled up. Very large, spacious area. And the area that I'm going to be talking to you about today is this area right down here, the town of Queen Creek. But before I do, I want to kind of give you a brief overview of Phoenix. In case it's brand new to you, maybe you're just starting to do some research to learn about Phoenix, and then I'll come down and we'll focus in on this particular map tour of Queen Creek. Phoenix, for example, it's the fifth largest city in the country. It's got a population of about 1.7 million. So it's very large. It's extremely spread out, as is Metro Phoenix is very spread out. I tell people when you come, you need to make sure you provide your own transportation. We don't have any kind of a public transit system to efficiently and effectively get you around town. We do have, the various bus lines around town. We do have a light rail system that went in about 15 years ago. It can move several thousand people a day, but unless you're close to that area of the line, it really isn't conducive to be without a vehicle, because most of the areas are so spread out that you're going to need to get down there and need to provide your own vehicle. So anyways, we've got Phoenix is laid out in a grid system. So everything's north, south, east, and west. It's fairly easy to get around, take a little bit of getting used to. We do have a nice freeway system that goes around to most areas of town. Some have just recently opened up in the last few years to make it much more effective of getting the parts of the suburbs that you need to get to, and much more efficiently as far as traffic flow on and off the freeway, which is really nice. And I will say this about our freeways: there are no toll roads, so you don't have to worry about getting a toll tag or anything like that. All the freeways are open. I'll point out a couple of them to you just so you can kind of get a feel for what's happened over the last several years as far as what freeways have opened up. The newest one would be this lower 202 freeway that comes down around South Mountain Park behind the mountain, heads up north and goes to the West Valley, ties into Interstate 10. I think this just opened up within the last couple of years, if I'm not mistaken. I've been on that freeway, very nice. That's one of the things about you're going to find about our freeway systems here. First of all, the freeways are in good shape. We've gone through and done a lot of major expansion on a lot of the freeways, plus all the new ones that have opened up over time as we've needed them. They're wide lanes. Most of them are 4 and 5 lanes with an HOV lane. Some do have 6 in some spots, but most are 4 and 5. And if you're traveling with somebody, you can take advantage of that inside HOV lane during rush hour traffic in the morning and the afternoon, and that'll help kind of speed things up a little bit quicker for you. But just a heads up, you will run into traffic here. We can't help it. too many people are moving here, too many businesses are coming here, but we're doing the very best we can to try and keep our freeway system up to speed. And but it's still a challenge. I mean, people get here, and certain times of the day during rush hour, it's going to be like a parking lot. So you have to be patient. You have to give yourself time to get around town. But they're pretty efficient throughout the day, just depending on when you're traveling. Another freeway that opened up the last few years here is this Outer 303, and that's in our West Valley. And it kind of serves this whole western. There's some new construction going on out here. There's areas over here right in front of these White Tank Mountains. So it's really taken a lot of the stress off this 101 freeway that's been open for several years, and kind of split it out here on this 303. So now it kind of breaks up the traffic flow, so it's not nearly as bad. A couple of ones down in the Southeast Valley is this 202 freeway. This has been a really nice freeway for the upper part of Mesa and also down in the Southeast Valley. Ironically, by Queen Creek, but down in Gilbert, Chandler, and that lower southeast section of the valley. So those are a few of the newer ones that have opened up in the last few years. Our main freeway that we've had for years was Interstate 17. It's been here forever, ever since I can remember, and I was born and raised here. But this freeway takes you out of town up north. So if you want to go to a place like Prescott, which is beautiful up there, the Red Rocks of Sedona is about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes away from Phoenix. A little further north, you'll come to Flagstaff. That's about, give or take a couple hour drive, maybe 2 hours and 15 minutes. And then beyond that, of course, you come to the famed Grand Canyon, which is what we're noted for, up near the border to Utah. And that's about, I think it's about 3.5, 4 hour drive to get up there to see that. So lots to do in the northern part of our state, and that's taken right up through Interstate 17. A lot of people have cabins up there in the summertime to get out of the heat, or just they'll take weekend trips to get up there. Much cooler climate in the summertime up there. And that way you can get out of the extreme heat with our Sonoran Desert here in the valley. But that's a little bit about our freeway system and just kind of how you get around. So it just depends on what part of the valley you're going to be living in. But just know that when you get on a freeway, you can get to all the other freeways in conjunction with it. So it can get you to anywhere around town that you really need to go. And that's a pretty good setup. Well, I've got it zoomed out here. Let me take a minute and talk about some of our lake life. I grew up on the water. We had a boat growing up and used to go to the lake all the time and go water skiing with my buddies and stuff. And been all the lakes around town. Now, our lake life is different than a lot of other states because we don't have any houses on our lakes. They're not permitted. But they are all on the outskirts of town. Our biggest one is Lake Pleasant, right up here in the Northwest Valley. So if you live over in this part of, Surprise, Peoria, Northwest Phoenix, Glendale, this would be the closest lake for you right there. Or you could go, there's a lake right up over here. Let's see, where am I here? Oh, right up here is Bartlett Lake up in North Scottsdale. That's a good lake. Used to go to that lake quite a bit as well. Our son has his boat on the water up there now and keeps it stored up there. So if you live in North Scottsdale, you can take advantage of Bartlett Lake. Over in the East Valley, they've got a few lakes over here. You have the first one here, which is Saguaro Lake. Very nice lake. We used to keep our boat on this lake for a few years. It's close to Fountain Hills in East Scottsdale. Coming from the East Valley or the Southeast Valley, you might want to use Canyon Lake. That's one of my favorite lakes, believe it or not. Back in the day, it's a beautiful lake with the sheer walled cliffs that go alongside it, and it's quite beautiful up there. I do recall it's been several years since I've been up there, but I know at one point in time that the roadway getting up there was not very good. Now I'm sure it's probably improved over the years, but there's a lot of switchback and slow driving to get up there. So it took a while to get there, probably an hour and a half or so, maybe 2 hours. But once we got back there, we just absolutely loved it. A little further up the trail, this is Apache Lake over here, and then you have another very large lake on the outskirts of town, Roosevelt Lake. But that's probably, coming from the East Valley, I'm saying it's probably 2.5 hours. For example, if you're down in Queen Creek and you wanted to go to Canyon Lake, it's roughly 50 miles, just to give you an idea on the distance to that lake. So that's a little bit about our lake life. Now, if you're a frequent traveler and you got to get to and from the airport, our airport sits right over here, right next to the X in Phoenix. It's right in this little pocket. That's Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. That's the main airport you're going to fly into. So to give you an idea, from Queen Creek up here to the airport is about 37 minutes. So just depending on the time of day that you travel, just allow yourself some time. But it's mainly all freeway travel going to the airport from Queen Creek, so it shouldn't be too bad for you. But just to kind of give you an idea on how far away the airport is in relationship to that part of the valley. Now, there is another airport right there in this just north of Queen Creek. It sits right here, and it's actually a commercial airport as well. It's Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport. The main carrier they have out there right now is Allegiant Air. Back in the day, they used to have Spirit. I know when our older son was going to school in Dallas, we would take Spirit. There were times we flew Spirit to Dallas, but now Spirit Airlines has moved up to Sky Harbor in Phoenix. So the only main carrier down there right now is Allegiant, and I know they travel from the West Coast all the way to the Midwest. There's several cities that they travel to. So, if Allegiant is a carrier near your hometown, that might be something to take advantage of if you want to be in this part of the valley. It's a real short drive, just a few minute drive from Queen Creek to that airport. They also have a carrier out there called Sun Country, which I believe they fly to Minneapolis from here. And I believe they travel to a half a dozen or so Canada cities. So if you need to get to Canada, they might fly into that area as well. So you just have to do your research and see. I know they're going through and doing a big expansion right now, adding a few more terminals. So we'll see how that all shakes out down the road, and if they add any more carriers at that point in time. So that's a little bit about our travel to and from Queen Creek. So this is the area of Queen Creek. Now it's interesting. Back in the early 2000s, I grew up in the home building business here in the valley. We were major builders back in the day. I ran all the sales, so needless to say, I was traveling all over the valley to get to our various communities, and we had a number of them at the time. But there was really no easy way to get to Queen Creek. We had to take the Mesa Freeway, Interstate 60, but we didn't have this lower 202 that I just showed you a little bit ago. And so it was quite challenging to get to this part of the valley because most of it was surface streets. But now with this lower 202 freeway, it's made life much easier to get down here. I live up in Scottsdale right now, and to get to Queen Creek, it's about a 35-40 minute drive, and it's all freeway, so it's not bad at all. It can take me right down here to the 202. I hop on this 24 freeway, and then it's just a short drive to get to Queen Creek, a couple of miles or so. It's not bad at all. Now, if there's a major con to living in Queen Creek right now, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. That's the traffic flow. To get into Queen Creek and to get out. It does bottleneck because, back in the day, we had about 4,000 people living here around the early 2000s. Now there's close to almost just under 70,000 people live in Queen Creek. So it's grown tremendously over the last, 20 years or so. And as a result, we do have this lower 202 freeway, which is nice and convenient. And they just put in this 24 that dumps you over to this outer access point here. I think that's Ironwood, if I'm not mistaken. And you can take these surface streets to get to the freeway. You can go up here and get to the freeway. You can take some going out west and to get into some of these surface streets. But it's just, now you're dealing with a lot of traffic lights right around there. It's not like a freeway comes right to it. It gets close, but not right to it. So traffic is busier and busier there, and that's been one of the big negatives that people that live down there is just coming into town and going out of town. So just be aware of that going in. You have to be patient. But I tell you, what Queen Creek has to offer is pretty interesting because it gives you a combination of that rural living and urban lifestyle kind of combined. And I say urban lifestyle because it's got a lot of amenities, with some big box grocery stores and restaurants and stuff that are conveniently located right in Queen Creek. And I'll show you that here in just a minute. But, if you like to be outside of town a little bit, you kind of like more of that rural living, Queen Creek still has it because right now there are a lot of this whole Southeast Valley was all farmland back in the day. We bought a lot of land from farmers over the years, and we're building down there. And there's still farmland down there today. I mean, one side of the street could be housing, across the street is farmland. So you still have that kind of rural setting. Probably not like what you're going to have, obviously, in the Midwest. But I mean, from our point of view, it gives you a little bit of that lifestyle that you can take advantage of. But that's what makes it kind of unique and different. And I'll tell you right now, Queen Creek is one of the most researched suburbs in the entire Metro Phoenix area. And it's really not that big. It's one of our smaller suburbs. At least now it is, but it's changing. There is tremendous building opportunities down there. For example, if you want a new constructed home, a lot of the main builders are all building down there. There's tons of new construction going on. And what's interesting too about Queen Creek is that being that the majority of it's not that old, and I'm going to say most of the houses that are built down there now probably really realistically been built within the last 10 years. And so much of what we build with tiled roofs, exterior stuccos, you're going to have chances of having to redo your roof are going to be minimal. Your air conditioning unit should be in good shape. Possibly your water heater as well, although that's not a huge expense when it comes to those other items. Those can get rather expensive for a roof or an air conditioning unit or appliances and things like that. So a lot of these houses that you'll go see, if you don't want a brand new construction, I mean, you can get them as little as a couple years old, 3 or 4 or 5 years old, fairly young houses. And most of those things are going to be in good working order. And that's not an out of pocket expense that you're going to have to worry about right away. And that's something we can help you with. We can do research. Just let us know when that time comes and just reach out to us and we can help you find the right home for you and your family. All right, let me hone in just a little bit. I talked to you a little bit about this airport. Another neat thing, and it's right here in Mesa as well. This is just a mega ballpark, or I should say a massive park. It's not necessarily a baseball park, but a park in general. This is like one of the largest facilities in the country. It's over 320 acres in size. They just recently changed it to Legacy Park, but it's an incredible setup that they have over there. And I'll read a few things that they have. They've got an outdoor seating stadium that seats 5,000, an indoor one that seats 2,500, 35 soccer and lacrosse fields. So if you're in either one of those sports, you got 57, not a handful, 57 indoor volleyball courts. They've got 8 baseball or softball fields you can use. They got 20 basketball courts, 41 pickleball courts. Of course, everybody's talking about pickleball nowadays. If you like the sand volleyball, they got 12 beach volleyball courts. They've got futsal courts too, and I'm not really familiar with that sport. I know it's played on like a basketball court. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Anyways, I did a little bit of research on it, but you might be more familiar with it. I think it's originated out of South America, but they've got some of those courts set up. Plus, they got like a gymnastics center and a dance studio. They got a whole sports performance center, all right here. So, chances are if you play softball or you play one of those sports, you want to join a club, they've got events all throughout the year up here at this Legacy Park. So it's really quite impressive. And there again, it's right next door to Queen Creek, which it makes it nice. Inside Queen Creek, one of the nice things about the Metro Phoenix area is we've got some pretty amazing city parks and also neighborhood parks. This is one of them. I actually did a vlog tour of Queen Creek that you can check out on the videos. But it's got a whole playground area for kids. It's got a 5-acre lake where you can go fish. It's got 4 lighted baseball fields, softball fields. It's got 2 lighted like soccer fields that you can take advantage of. Restrooms are out there. There's plenty of places to sit and a barbecue. And just hang out. They got a splash pad and a pirate scene for the kids. So it's quite an impressive park, and they're actually building a larger one than this that'll be opening up in the near future. But that's just one of the many parks that you can take advantage of. They have several others around town. I just wanted to point that one out because I happened to go out to that one just recently, and it's very, very nice. Uh, they have plenty of golf courses down there. If you love to play golf, they got several golf courses in and around Queen Creek that you can take advantage of and go play. That's what we're really known for here in the valley is we've got some amazing golf courses. And so if you love to play golf, we got world class golf courses around town. So just go down and take advantage of that, and you get some great golf. That's for sure. All right, a couple other places to see inside that are kind of interesting, and this is we've driven down to take advantage of these as well. There's a little place called Schnepf Farms. Now, Schnepf Farms is privately owned. It goes back about 4 generations within their family, but it is a large farm. It's a working farm, open to the general public, so anybody can go in. And they are the largest grower of organic peaches in the state. So when the peaches harvest in late spring, I think it's April or May timeframe, you can literally go over to Schnepf Farms, get a basket, go pick all the peaches you want. You pay for what you pick, and they've got several fruit trees and citrus trees all scattered throughout the farm, so you can kind of pick whatever you want. They've got a big vegetable garden, so it's kind of like that old farm to table mentality. So if you want fresh produce, you can go over there and you can go pick certain things that you want in season. Just pay for what you pick and just take it right home and cook it up. It's great for that, but they've got it set up. I mean, it is like a little county, like a miniature county fair. They have rides set up throughout the year out there. They got special events during the holiday seasons. They just had a big pumpkin patch deal for Halloween, and now they're getting ready to go into the Christmas season. They'll have it all decorated. But they got hay rides, they've got a bakery, they've got a restaurant, I believe they've got a museum there. It is a big place, and it's definitely worth checking out. And if you live right there in town, you'll go see it. I mean, we've driven down from Scottsdale to go there, and it's a pretty cool place. Very family friendly, and just lots of things to do with with the kids. Right across the street from that is the Queen Creek Olive Mill. This is impressive. They've got over 7,000 olive trees on their property, and that is designed for all the various extra virgin olive oils and things like that, all the different flavors. They've got they'll take you on a tour. They'll walk you through the whole process on how you make olive oils, and it's really pretty cool. Great places to sit around and tables, plenty of seating out there. They've got a whole general store. You can buy all the various olive oils that they have there and breads and things like that. Got a restaurant there. So it too is a neat place to go to. And there again, they're kind of across the street from one another, this olive mill and also the Schnepf Farms. Another thing too, this is called the Horseshoe Park and Equestrian Center. Now, if you love horses are big in our town. I mean, all throughout the Metro Phoenix area, people love their horses. They've got a full-size arena where you can go in and they show horses throughout the year. They have various rodeos. They'll have like world championship, like roping events or various other rodeo events that they'll have. And they'll have it here at this Horseshoe Park. It is really impressive. And this is kind of the general layout. Here's their big covered area here where they have the various shows. And they have seating all around so you can go in there. It kind of reminds me on a smaller scale of what Westworld is up in North Scottsdale. Westworld is our main facility up there in Scottsdale, and we have car shows up there. I mean, the Barrett Jackson show is famous every year in January. We have a lot of the horse events up there, and various car shows, RV shows, and the same thing down here. They have these too, car shows and RV shows, all throughout the year. Lots of various equestrian shows, both American and English riders. But they've got a full setup down there, so that's pretty cool to see too. It kind of gives you something to do down there in Queen Creek. There's not a tremendous amount of nightlife there in Queen Creek, but these are a few of the things that you can go check out when you're down there. Another nice thing too, if you like to get outdoors and you like to go hiking, there's a place down there called the Santan Mountain Regional Park, which is right here. Beautiful park. It's the full mountain range. You can go out there. You can go hiking. You can bring your horses out there. You can go trail riding. They got a number of trailheads all scattered throughout this regional park. You can go camp up there. You can go up there for a day picnic. You can go mountain bike riding, whatever it is that you enjoy doing. But this is a whole mountain region all down through here, all right here on the edge of town of Queen Creek, and a great place to go and check out and take advantage of all the outdoor activities that they have. Let me talk to you real quick here about shopping. I mentioned it briefly earlier. This area right in here is the Queen Creek Marketplace, and this is your main hub for shopping where a majority of your stores are. They even have a Costco across the street, which is nice. It opened up, I don't believe, too long ago. But you can see there's a Target. They got a Super Walmart, Harbor Freight. Let me see if I can kind of hone in a little bit, see if my computer will. But you've got there's a Kohl's, a Trader Joe's, Harkins Theater. They're privately owned, they're family owned here in Arizona for all of our movie theaters. But anyways, there's all sorts of fast food restaurants. There's the Sprouts Farmers Market. Let me go in a little bit closer here, and I'll show you a few more of the stores. But they have a Ross, a Joann's. Trying to get in a little bit closer. Here you go. Now you can see a few. Here's a Ross Dress for Less, Bed Bath and Body Works, a Target, CVS drugstore, Skechers. There's a Joann, a Burlington Coat Factory, Ulta Body. There's Kohl's up there. So you can see there's a lot of Red Robin Burgers, pizza place. Here's a hotel. They got several of those down there, so you got a place to stay if you're coming to visit. Here's a pizza place. A Salad and Go is really good. I think they might just be local to Arizona. Great in and out. You can, it's a drive-through, and they've got these all over town for salads and all various types of salads. Great salads, very good price. You're talking maybe $3 or $4 for a salad. Get yourself a drink. They got various burritos and stuff in the mornings, which are good. But we love going there. It's good healthy food. That's a drive-through. Discount Tire Shop, one of the main tire companies here in town for changing your tires and fixing your flats. But so you can see, here's a Panera, Mexican food, all different. Olive Garden, if you like Olive Garden, Buffalo Wild Wings. So a lot of the little restaurants that you might enjoy, a lot of the stores that you might want to take advantage of, is all right here in the heart of Queen Creek. So you got plenty of options to go there. Now, if you need more shopping, for example, right along this lower 202, which is in Gilbert, parts of Gilbert and Chandler, which is right next door to, here's a Home Depot too. I don't know if I mentioned that, right on the north part of Queen Creek. So another big box retail. A place called Santan Village. Santan Village has a lot more outdoor shops, restaurants. So there's plenty of shopping to do over there. All of this is fairly close to Queen Creek. So you should be able to find what it is that you're looking for. But all down along this lower 202 are all different shops at the exits, grocery stores. There's a whole motorplex here with all the various car dealerships along there as well. So plenty to do along this freeway on the lower 202. So that's a little bit about Cave Creek. Let me just finish up and talk to you about the housing that's going on down there. And I did a vlog tour of Queen Creek, but there's really so much going on down there. Currently, the median home price down there in Queen Creek is $600,000. Now, currently on the market, like I said, there's about 70,000 people that live there. There's over 400 homes for sale. And I'm going to say approximately a third of those are brand new homes. The builders have access to our MLS system, so they can advertise these newly constructed homes on the MLS like we do. So a lot of those are brand new constructed homes. But about a third of the homes, maybe 35% of the homes, are going to be priced anywhere from about $300 to $600. So just depending on what your budget is. On the low side, you can get single family homes from $300, and they go on up into $1 million plus. I think the most expensive home currently on the market, if I'm not mistaken, is, I think it's $3 to $4 million. I'm not sure exactly what, but there are a few of them over $1 million. So you can get some nice custom homes. If you like acreage, you can find some with acreage on them. There's a number of these communities that are like master plan communities that have smaller lots, but they've got community features that the builders are building in. But you've got a wide selection of and options of housing. Like I said, there's plenty of brand new constructed homes you can take advantage of, or you can get some that are newly built that are on the resale side. But a majority of the homes are going to be priced anywhere from $300,000 to probably $600,000. That's going to be about 35% of the price point of the homes that are currently on the market. So, and there obviously are some over 600 to $1 million, but so it caters to all different lifestyles. Whatever it is that you're looking for, chances are you can find that here in Queen Creek. Just let us know, and we can definitely do research, and we can give you some advice on what it is that you're looking for and where in Cave Creek you might want to live. But anyways, I think that's it. I think I've covered most of what I wanted to try and cover in this map tour. I hope it gives you an idea on what Queen Creek is all about. All right, that's going to go ahead and take care of this map tour of Queen Creek. I hope you found it helpful. I just tried to give you a brief overview of what Queen Creek is all about in case you might be interested in that part of the valley. And if it's not Queen Creek and it's some other parts of town, no worries, just let us know. But if you found it helpful and you enjoyed what you saw, please like this video and don't forget to share any thoughts or comments you have as well. We always appreciate that. You know, we're trying to grow our channel. We're trying to get out to as many people as we possibly can. So if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to tap that bell for notification. That way you stay current with all of our latest real estate updates. And as always, if you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, maybe you're looking to invest in a property here in the Metro Phoenix area or a place like Queen Creek, just let us know. Reach out to us. You know where to find us. Our information is listed below. You can give us a call. You can shoot us a text. You can email us. Hey, we can even hop on a Zoom call. We've got a link down there as well. And if you want to share a little bit more information of how we might be able to help you with your real estate needs, we'd love to do that with you as well. So, as always, we thank you so much for your time. We really do appreciate you watching the video. And if we can ever help you, you know where to find us. So until next time, we hope to show you around town. Bye now.